Good morning, students. We have done a chapter number 5, solids, liquids and gases. We have covered the exercise work also. Now we are on the question answers. So we did up to 2 examples in the last lecture. Now we are on the answered questions. Question answers you will get in the form of the worksheet. Now next is our let's recall, that is on page number 54. Let's recall. That is on page number 54. Things exist in 3 forms. We have to write. Now, we have read about the 3 forms of matter. So, which are the 3 forms in which things exist? First is your solid, then liquid, and third one is gas. So these are the 3 states in which things exist. Next we have to write there two examples. 2 examples of solids. Write any 2 examples. Write example of glass. Take example of sharpener. Then of liquids, first example can be oil. And second can be your juice. Any you can write. You can write water, you can write milk. Next gas, main gas, that is oxygen. That is essential for our survival. And next is carbon dioxide. Carbon, C-A-R-B-O-N, carbon. Dioxide, D-I-O-X-I-D-E, dioxide, carbon dioxide. What they asked? They asked about the 3 states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Then 2 examples of each. 2 examples of solid, we have written glass, one is sharpener. Liquids, oil and juice. Gas, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So you can write from your own side also any 2 examples. So next on page number 55, change of forms of water. So there is a flow chart given over here in which it is told how water changes its form by which processes, that we have to write over here. See, change of forms of water. Now let's do it. First they have given ice. Ice is which form of water? That we have to write. We know that ice is the solid form of water. Ice converts into water by which process? It converts into water by melting. First is solid, that is ice. It changes into liquid, that is water. By which process? That is called as melting. M-E-L-T-I-N-G, melting. Next, liquid, it changes into gaseous form, that is gas, by evaporation. E-V-A-P-O-R-A-T-I-O-N, evaporation. Gas changes into liquid by condensation. C-O-N-D-E-N-S-A-T-I-O-N, condensation. Next, liquid changes into solid. So this is the liquid that is changing into solid by which process? That is freezing. Freezing. That is freezing. So these were the processes by which the states of matter they change their form. Solid converts into liquid by melting. Liquid converts into gas by evaporation. Gas converts into liquid by condensation, that is by cooling. Then the liquid converts into solid by the freezing. So this was all about the flow chart that is given on page number 55. Now let's recall what we have read in this chapter. Come to page number 50, that is 5050. First we read about the solids. What are solids? Solids are the things that have fixed shape and fixed size. They cannot flow, they cannot be poured into any containers. So examples you can take: pen, pencil, eraser, sharpener, bed, chair, table. Any example you can take which have fixed shape and size. Next, liquids. Liquids are the things that do not have fixed shape. They can flow easily and they take the shape of the container in which they are poured. Example: water, milk, juice, tea, coffee, oil. So these are the liquids. They do not have shape, their own shape. They only take the shape of the container in which they are poured. Next was gases. Gases are the things that do not have fixed shape and fixed size. They can flow. Water vapor is the gaseous form of water. Gases, they cannot be seen, but they are all around us. We are inhaling gases. We are inhaling oxygen that is present in the air. Air is a mixture of gases. There are many gases in the air, but we cannot see them. They cannot be seen. They can only be felt. We can only feel them. Like liquids, gases can also flow. As we know, gases are all around us in the air. They can flow from one place to another. As liquids, they can flow. The same way, gases can also flow. Next, let's remember we did on page number 51. Some pictures were given. We have to write S in front of the solids, L in front of the liquids, and G in front of the gas. Next, we read about change of form. In change of form, we read about the four processes. The first was melting, then evaporation, condensation, and freezing. Melting was the process of change of solid into liquid on heating. That was melting. Evaporation, the change of liquid into gas on heating. That is evaporation. The change of gas into liquid on cooling. That is condensation. The change of liquid into solid on cooling, that is called freezing. So this was change of form. How three states of matter they change their form. They change their form by these four processes: melting, evaporation, condensation, and freezing. So this was all in this topic. So then we read about the activity of condensation. To show how condensation occurs. Take any glass, fill it with ice cold water, keep it aside for some time. After 5-10 minutes, you will observe that on the outside surface of the glass, there will be small water droplets formed. How that water droplets they are formed? They are formed by the condensation. We know that there are water vapors present in the air. Air is warm. When that water vapors, they come in contact with the cold surface of the glass, they form the water droplets. And that process is called condensation. So this was a very easy activity that you can do at home also. So this was all about this chapter. Now we are going to start with the next chapter, that is living and non-living things.